What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Another amazing week, new month. We do have amazing things to cover. This video is going to be really interesting because we do have some critical times for the market to decide what it wants to do. So I really suggest you to stick all the way through the video. And also a quick tip for you, if you are finding yourself like that it's hard for you to say throughout the video, you can click the button in the settings below this video and put it on 1.25 speed so you get through this video a little bit faster. Without further ado, let's jump right on the screens and let's take a look. Okay, so like always, like in every video of the beginning of the week, I didn't do a video yesterday because it was, a bank holiday. So we're gonna start with monthly time frame, and we do have some interesting things. So like I talked about in previous videos, I did have two key monthly supports, which is this one and this one right here. So I want to talk about this on the top right here first of all before I talk about this on the bottom. So previous monthly candle went below but eventually closed above, and I was expecting this monthly candle as well to form a wick after, of course, touching this support here as well and form a wick at the bottom and close above. It didn't happen. We closed pretty bearish, very bearish candle on the monthly time frame. So that is really important. We do have 3 consecutive monthly bearish closures, which is critical in these markets today. So we broke this level, and where is our next level? Where's our next key level? Is this right here. Now we are gonna use this at the bottom for this month, and if this ends up being broken, then we're gonna look at other monthly supports such as this one. But until that happens, we're gonna focus just on that. So I'm gonna delete this level and just leave this in our on our charts. If we go down to the weekly time frame, there's not much to talk about, but I want to key point some very important and interesting things. Now, if we look at this downside move, this start of a bearish trend, we can see that every time we did have a weekly bullish engulfing closure, eventually we ended up dropping. Here we did go a little bit higher, but eventually we had a big drop. Here we did have a bullish engulfing weekly closure and we ended up dropping. And now 2 weeks ago we also closed engulfing bullish, but it looks like this past week also closed very bearish. So what we can expect, if we look at our past examples, we can expect a further downside on the bigger time frame. Another interesting thing I want to mark up on my charts is this weekly support. This is not something very important at this moment. I think this monthly level is a little bit more important, but we cannot forget that the price did come down to this level, which is around 11,500. And from this level, we had a bullish engulfing weekly closure. So this level is significant. And when we are going to drop to the lower time frame, you're going to see that this level was respected pretty nicely on a lower time frame. Let's go down to the daily. Okay, so now you can see how this weekly support was nicely respected right here. We did respect it here, and we did respect it here. This is a daily time frame. So as soon as I saw this daily candle closure, daily bullish candle closure, I was really expecting the price to move higher up to this daily supply. Let me change the color. Today's daily supply, and then eventually drop to this monthly support. But it didn't happen. It looks like the price wants to continue lower without testing any daily levels. Like I said, there's not much to talk about on daily because we don't have a lot of info. It's just this weekly support. Let's go down to the lower time frame, such as 4 hour. And what do we see on the 4 hour time frame? one important thing I want to mention is if you go to the live markets, you go to your MT4, we do have a decent gap right here at the bottom. So even if the price wanted to continue higher, I do really expect that the price needs to drop down, probably retest this monthly support once again, fill this gap, and then eventually continue higher. But just looking at those monthly and weekly candles, at this moment, I don't see a bounce occurring in the near future. So on the 4-hour time frame, once again, very choppy price action. And every time I have this type of price action, I like to go down to the lower time frame and to look at more details that we have on the price. Now, very important thing I want to mention is we do have, first thing is we do have another supply here. And as you can see, even though the price is dropping, we did not get a proper retest nor to this level or to this level. Like if I zoom in a little bit closer, these both wicks did not touch this supply area. So once again, we do have two very likely scenarios, and I want to talk to you about it right now. So first scenario is the price just continues to drop, fill those gaps, and retest this monthly resistance, or the price respects this weekly support, goes up to one of these supply areas, and then eventually drops to retest the monthly support and fill that gap. So let's talk about the first scenario, which is the price just dropping, and I'm gonna show you my potential zones where I would be looking for to enter. So one of the first one that sticks out to me is this supply, and if I kind of scroll this to the left side, we can see how perfectly this was respected in the past. We have a long wick before continuation to the downside, strong reaction here. So multiple rejections we have of this supply zone. So this is a really potential zone for the price just to continue to the downside. So this is something I would be looking for. I'm gonna set alert up at this zone, and if this ends up coming back up and shows a rejection, I don't look for just a touch. I want to see a rejection on a lower time frame and then potential short position down from this level. Now the second scenario, like I just talked about, is we respect this weekly support and then go back up to retest one of these supply areas before potentially dropping lower. Now, which are the zones I would be looking for this scenario? Now, I do have a nice demand right here, which is also which was respected in the past, and which one is also sitting at weekly support. So if we once again scroll this to the left, we can see that respect, multiple respects, even though it's a very choppy price action, but it's not just a demand, but also this weekly support. So the likely scenario as well is the price going to this level, maybe forming in a reversal pattern and potential long setup. Now, if this happens, if I see reaction, if I see reversal pattern, and if I decide to enter this trade, this will definitely be a lower risk trade, just because once again, if we go to the bigger time frames, we do see a very bearish candles on the weekly, on the monthly, and on the daily. There's not much bullish momentum, but I am going to be looking for this setup to go long, just because the price never really properly tested one of these supply areas. So I would not be surprised if the price respects this, grabs this liquidity here or here, and then eventually drops. So these are the two scenarios I am going to be looking for on NASDAQ. And if you look at US 30 charts or US 500, all the price action is very similar, and you may look for similar setups. So once again, I'm going to repeat myself. We look for either this setup, or the price comes to this level and then we look for shorts down from this level. Now, looking at the price action currently, I don't see the price first going up here and then dropping. I see the price first testing this level, so I am going to be looking for a potential reversal patterns and setups to go long. All right, guys, so before I finish this video, I want to underline what I do with my community. So I do have a private Telegram group. Yes, I do send out signals, but it's not just signals. I don't believe in just signals, because at the end of the day, people that are in my group either wants to make extra money or wants to make extra money and learn. And to do that, what I do in this private Telegram group, I send signals, I send daily chart markups. So every time you see exact zones, exact charts that I have on my charts, I do send out video analysis. I do these video analysis. I do fundamental education. I do technical education. So I do a lot of things inside of that group. And I do have some people that has been in that group for over 1 year and 2 years since I started it. So I really recommend you to go down to the description and check it out, and hope to see you there. I will be uploading another video tomorrow, and make sure to check that out. Subscribe, hit that bell button so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you for watching. This was DaviFX. Peace.